The global economy is changing. Energy is no longer just a cost. It's becoming a strategic asset. As artificial intelligence and data centers demand more power, the question arises, which technologies are truly sustainable in the long run? Among them, cryptocurrencies stand at a crucial crossroads. While they promise decentralization and financial freedom, their environmental impact can no longer be ignored. Bitcoin, the pioneer of digital currencies, consumes over 100 terawatt-hours of electricity annually, more than some countries. Its proof-of-work model, while secure, is extremely energy-intensive. This has sparked criticism, regulation, and a growing push for greener alternatives. But not all cryptocurrencies are created equal. Some are designed for the future. Energy efficient, fast, and scalable. XRP, for example, doesn't rely on mining. Its consensus mechanism allows transactions to be confirmed in seconds using just a fraction of the energy. HBAR, powered by its unique hash graph technology, consumes even less, as little as 0.002 kilowatt-hours per transaction, making it one of the greenest networks in the world. Algorand operates as a carbon-negative blockchain. Stellar, XDC, and Cardano have all embraced low-energy models as well. This matters more than ever. Efficient cryptocurrencies open the door to microtransactions, IoT applications, and real-time cross-border payments. Their low-energy footprint makes them ideal for integration with traditional finance, governments, and emerging markets where energy is a limited resource. Meanwhile, Bitcoin's role as a store of value may remain strong, but its utility for everyday payments is increasingly questioned. Even with efforts to adopt renewable energy or build more efficient layers like the Lightning Network, Bitcoin's environmental footprint is difficult to justify at scale. What we're witnessing isn't the end of Bitcoin, but the rise of a multi-chain future where energy efficiency becomes a key competitive advantage. And here's where ISO 2022 compliant cryptocurrencies come in. These are not speculative assets. They are infrastructure, designed to work with global banking systems. XRP, HBAR, ALGO, XLM, and XDC are already aligned with the new messaging standard being adopted by SWIFT, Fedwire, and central banks worldwide. Their low power consumption isn't just a benefit, it's a necessity for integration into modern financial ecosystems. In the coming years, regulation, sustainability, and utility will define the winners of the digital economy. Projects that meet energy standards, offer compliance, and enable fast, secure value transfer will dominate. The question is no longer whether energy matters in crypto. It's how much it will shape the future of money. Efficient, green, and interoperable cryptocurrencies aren't just a trend. They are the foundation of a new, sustainable digital economy. The future of money is no longer just about decentralization or security. It's about energy. As artificial intelligence scales exponentially and data centers consume as much electricity as mid-sized countries, energy is quickly becoming the most valuable commodity of the 21st century. Just like the Internet of Knowledge runs on energy, cryptocurrencies too are built from it. Every transaction, every validation, every block, they are energy, processed and transformed into digital value. This is not metaphor, it's physics. According to the first law of thermodynamics, also known as the law of conservation of energy, energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed. In crypto, that transformation takes place as computation, heat, and recorded value. If a blockchain consumes more energy than it delivers in utility, it becomes unsustainable. Not by opinion, but by the fundamental laws of nature. Let's get precise. Blockchain energy efficiency can be described in simple terms. It depends on how many transactions a network can process each second, and how much energy is consumed for each of those transactions. When we compare networks, the difference is clear. Bitcoin uses around 707 kilowatt-hours of electricity per transaction and handles about 7 transactions per second. HBAR, on the other hand, consumes just a tiny fraction of energy, around 0.002 kilowatt-hours per transaction, while processing up to 10,000 transactions per second. XRP consumes about 0.079 kilowatt-hours per transaction and can handle around 1,500 per second. The difference here is not small, it's exponential. This isn't just about power bills, it's about survival. According to the International Energy Agency, global electricity consumption in 2023 was about 26,000 terawatt-hours. Bitcoin alone used approximately 110 terawatt-hours, which represents nearly 0.5% of the planet's total electricity consumption for a single network. If we tried to scale that kind of inefficiency across all global finance, the system would collapse. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Energy is finite. The Jevons Paradox tells us that higher efficiency often leads to higher demand. As AI, smart cities, and autonomous technologies grow, pressure on the energy grid will only intensify. Technologies that do not prioritize efficiency won't survive, not because of opinion or regulation, but because of physical limits. By contrast, cryptocurrencies like XRP, HBAR, ALGO, XDC, and XLM are built on highly efficient consensus mechanisms. They don't require mining, and their designs are optimized for low energy usage. Hedera uses Hashgraph, a low-latency, asynchronous protocol that doesn't rely on competition to validate transactions. Algorand operates as a carbon-negative network, verified through environmental audits. These features are not marketing gimmicks. They are survival traits. Let's be crystal clear. The cryptocurrencies that survive in the next decade will be those that function within the energy limits of the real world. This isn't hype anymore. We've entered the era where the second law of thermodynamics, the law of entropy, applies to everything, including finance. High-energy systems generate waste. Waste creates heat, cost, and eventually rejection. Meanwhile, energy-efficient systems can scale globally, support microtransactions, and operate in low-resource environments, even on solar power. This brings us back to ISO 2022 compliant cryptocurrencies. These are not speculative assets. They are financial infrastructure, built to meet modern standards. Their protocols are fast, secure, and consume energy far below industrial thresholds. They are quite literally built for the world that's coming. And here's the deeper point. This shift is not only technological, it is social. In the past, wealth was built on oil. In the future, it will be built on energy awareness. On systems that follow the laws of physics, instead of trying to ignore them with hype. Just like information flows across the internet with almost no resistance, money too must flow with minimal energy cost. Just as we optimize code and bandwidth, now we must optimize value itself. Money must become energy efficient. In the end, only a small group of cryptocurrencies will survive. Not because they were popular, but because they were sustainable. Not because they were hyped, but because they were compatible with the physical world. Bitcoin may remain as digital gold, but the future of usable, programmable money, from smart contracts to machine-to-machine payments, will belong to those that delivered more with less. Because in the new economy, energy isn't just fuel. It's the final truth. Visit website fastcryptonews.com.